Hello, my dear friends, you've reached Elena's bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. She'll help improve your fitness, but there's also so much more. 'Cause here are just a few things that this channel has in store. There's barre and there's Pilates and there's belly dancing too. And many styles of yoga, so I'm sure there's one for you. Then watch her practice pianist string from right within her home. She's in such big condition, she'll outrun the metronome. Elena's Barre, Elena's Barre. They're the best place on the internet, the very best by far. It's not just the piano, but the ukulele too. The guitar and violin are even more that she can do. She does so many different things, it's hard not to lose track. I nearly didn't mention that she posts on her Substack. Elena's Barre, Elena's Barre. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. Yet controversial topics may be brought up for discussion, but try not to provoke her or she'll swear at you in Russian. And sometimes certain topics can make quite a big impression. So remember, you take part at your own risk and your discretion. Elena's Barre, Elena's Barre. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. You might even meet Elena if you're quite a loyal fan. She's got a fixed male cat, but she's so desperate for a man. We've really got it all, then you couldn't ask for more. So sit right back and watch Elena shave a 3 or 4. Elena's Barre, Elena's Barre. The best place on the internet, the very best by far.
Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back, everyone, to Elena's Barre and the Resurgence of Sanity. How are you doing, guys, today?
Excellent.
Excellent.
Sun shining.
Besi-
Everything's just normal.
Excellent,
Awesome.
besides all my money being taken away.
I know, Nick. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
What can I do? Nothing.
I know. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life, right?
And do what you can.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, and this is what
A man
happened.
just wants peace, right?
Yeah.
He wants 3 things. Well, really 3 things, Steve. 4 letters.
Uh-huh.
RSVP.
Now, I have a question for you, gentlemen. Can a woman be the source of all of those 3 things? With 4
Hell
letters?
no. You could sure take them away. Well, a woman can only give you sexual variety, I guess, unless you kind of play for the wrong team. But
Now, okay. Ephesians 5 commands women to respect their man. Okay, there it is. Respect. Doesn't tell her to love him. And he should dismiss when she says, "Oh, I love you." You know what, guys? That means nothing. It's a feeling.
Yeah.
It's not a decision. You make a decision to love your woman, your wife. She makes a decision to respect you. Her love, it's just a feeling. Okay, and so that could change. But the decision to respect should not change.
Well, okay.
And peace. Oh, the Bible says a woman should be silent in church and come home and ask her husband. That's peace. Don't say your opinion. Wait. And if you have questions, ask your husband. Don't tell him what he should think. That's peace. And sexual variety, come on. You know what? Lots of Christian men have to kind of satisfy themselves with infrequent starfish sex.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Pamela
That's
Anderson.
not sexual variety.
See,
And
gentlemen.
Pamela Henderson.
Okay. You bring you up.
Did you get it?
Kinda. Yeah. Well, I
Hey,
did a
but
video.
but no, he has to do that and hide that. But he can't watch, Corn, and he can't go on OF. But she won't screw him, so he doesn't have many options.
Yeah, that's true. I recently made a short video where I said that a woman can't be the source of any of that because, look, where does respect come from? And we've talked about it before. She has to have a healthy amount of fear towards her husband imposing consequences and boundaries on her. She has to have some fear towards the outcome of her own actions. If that doesn't happen, then she has zero respect. She can't respect a man who can't impose any boundaries on her. Are men legally
Right.
allowed to impose any boundaries and consequences on a woman? No. Therefore, most women today are going to disrespect their husbands. So she can't be the source. Okay, she can't be the source of what threat con women. Today, guys, okay, I have to do the introduction here for those of you who join us.
We took it off the rails, didn't we?
A little bit, yeah. So
today's
topic, yeah, we were excited about today's topic, guys. I had so many videos, and then I showed them to guys, and they were like, "No, we are not showing that." But look, today we are talking about the traditional women, and you know who inspired us to talk about this topic? It's actually Luke Perry. He's in the chat here, so shout out to Luke. And he says, Sproul has been on fire lately. Yeah, I agree with you. I was following her on Twitter, and she's doing such an amazing job calling them out. Well done. So yeah, Luke Perry sent me a picture here. Okay, guys, I'm going to share it with you. Hold on. 1 second. Let me stop sharing this one, and I'll share the screen here. Okay. So, look at this picture and tell me what you see.
No. The traditional and modern women are the same.
Well, exactly, Nick. You are going ahead now, but like the idea is that traditional women are whining that modern women hate on them. They're being criticized by the modern women. How poor they are. Look, they're trying to promote family traditional values in our immoral society. They're doing the moral good.
Elena, this looks like a book cover for a woman's romance.
Okay.
Okay, so the trad woman wants to play the victim role. All women want to play the victim role. Now, look at the modern woman, how she is grasping that woman's neck.
Like she's trying to
tell you something. Well, maybe not. That's a masculine move. And here's what happens. If the right man does that to a woman, he grabs her like that, firm. But he's not trying to hurt her at all, but just firm. Women just melt with that feeling. He's got the power. He's got the strength, but he's not hurting. He's not harming me. And it's an assertive move, and it causes a woman to melt when the guy has a frame to do that in a gentle, dominant way.
Okay.
You know what I mean,
Steve's
Elena?
mind went the same place. Steve and I's both of our minds went in the same place, didn't we?
It did.
Yeah.
Okay, but we have a woman here. So, based on that picture, well, I'm thinking about what would most people think about this post. Okay?
The one on the left looks like she's enjoying it too much.
Probably, yeah. Like she's like, oh, so gentle, trying to push you away, right?
No, but hey, that's your real traditional woman. See, I know on the surface it looks like they're angry, but the real traditional woman, she's really the one on the right. but she's pretending to be this pure woman on the left.
Mhm.
I'll go a little bit deeper. The modern woman is trying to be a man by using male,
Tactics, yeah. Or
a male tactic.
Mhm.
And let me tell you something. In church, you see this too. Whenever a woman gets up and is preaching or enters
Abomination.
the sanctuary, and I'm talking Catholic Church. Remember, Catholic Church, the people are in the nave of the church. The sanctuary
Yep.
is from the altar rail or up where the altar is. That part is reserved for the man. Protestants say the whole thing is a sanctuary. Well, you're
Mhm.
muddying things. But when women get up in front, they're taking the male role. Those women are modern women. There is no traditional woman that's going to get up in front of the congregation and do anything in an official manner, because that's the modern woman.
True, I 100% agree with you. And also, traditionalism, and we talked about it before, guys, it requires patriarchal social order. Without patriarchy, there is no traditional.
You know, it's
So they
this is
all,
what I'm going to talk about after Thanksgiving is the
Mhm.
con.
Yeah, that they all, the women who call themselves traditional, they are not. Look, even I don't call myself traditional. Okay, let's remove it. Okay, for now, we
Hey, Nick,
remove it. Mhm.
What?
you want to do a program on that?
Yeah, that's my program. Remember we talked about
Okay.
that after.
Yes, I've been thinking down those same lines. So I got some ideas brewing here. We can team up on this. I'll give you some
It's the mask
materials.
she
You can read.
wears. It's the mask she
Kind
wears.
of, but it's more specific to the church.
Oh.
And I'll tell you where I'm gonna take this. The gender blurring, which
Oh.
led to trans, started in the church.
Ooh,
I'm
Yeah,
gonna develop
the
that
Gnostics.
idea.
Yeah, the Gnostics did that in the early church.
Hey, since Luke commented here, I want to make a comment about our black brothers. Luke, Donovan, the other guy I like is Frank Zanu. Some of these guys just understand things on a depth that most white men don't. They're able to go because they've experienced things that we haven't experienced. They are truly on top of things. And we need to embrace that because hey, I don't care what your skin color is. We're all in this together. So, my compliments.
yeah, yeah.
So we talking about red pill women today.
Mm-hmm. Well, we call them red pill women. I guess the women who started calling out other women in
Is this the mask they wear?
yeah, I would say this would definitely fall under the category of that live stream that you guys did a while ago. Yeah.
There's another aspect of this. We had Dr. Danny Sulikowski on here.
Mm-hmm.
And her theme was manipulative reproductive subversion.
Suppression.
Suppression.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was subversion, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But she talks about how women compete with each other all the time about everything. So this red pill woman, tradcon woman, telling other women how to be more feminine, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
She is it's kind of a purity posturing thing. That's a mask, but it's competition with other women. See, I'm a better woman than you because I'm traditional and I listen to my husband. But hey, I do these things for him. So he treats me well. He treats me like a queen because I give him respect. So if I give him this, I get more in return. See, ladies, it works. And really, this is manipulation of the
It is.
husband and competition with other men, with
Demon.
other women
Mhm.
to put on airs.
Yeah. Well, that's basically what I was going to say. The stream is over, guys. We've covered it. I know. Well, this is what they do, and this is what I observe a lot of women, especially when there are men who are uploading to this women. You do, you girl, you call out these modern women because we need more traditional women to revive these traditional family values in our immoral society. And they all believe that they do this godly work. And I definitely see a big push on Twitter. I've been calling out some Christian female gurus, I might bring them up, based on the content that they do. And I was attacked by some simps in there, also some women who don't like when I'm challenging the idea there. But yeah, the idea is basically this: you do this for your husband to get the princess treatment, and they are not stupid enough to say it outright, guys. But if you're paying attention, you're going to see it behind the context. It's in there.
So, okay, should women change and do anything else? No, not really. Don't expect more from women than what their nature allows them to do. So, this is women's nature. Okay, fine. Whatever. Okay, they're going to criticize each other. They're going to do this. That's all they can do. Don't expect, men should not expect different behavior from women.
Yeah.
There's no point because it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so this is the henpecking club, but are they not destroying Team Woman?
No, Team Woman is a superficial thing. They only
No.
support each other with other men
Mm-hmm.
or with any man. They will gang up and support each other superficially against a man. But the competition among the group is ruthless.
It's the intrasexual competition that Steve is talking about. It's between themselves. This is what Dr. Denny Sulikovsky was saying.
Oh, so it's like Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all in the Queen Bee. So there's
Yeah.
some Queen Bee stuff going on too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You see this in sports. I mean, I'm not a sports guy. I didn't play basketball. I played a little football. But in basketball, you see all the men are on there, but they're a team. When you come down, you may have the talent, but you pass it off to your best player and he makes the score. You get credit for the assist, but you're not the star. Okay. Men do that all the time. Women all want to be the star.
The star.
They don't cooperate for the group to win. They all want to win individually.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. This is actually what I was describing partly in my recent article about female communities, and we talked about it last week. If you guys want to read that article, I highly recommend you to read it. The difference between how men view brotherhood and also like how women view sisterhood. Yeah, it's very superficial. They will trash each other behind each other's backs. They won't unite for a common good. Women are so hyper individualistic in that regard that if they succeed, and then if they have to trash other women in order for them to move on forward, they will do it. They will do it in a heartbeat. It's nasty.
Whoa,
I mean,
there was this reminds me of something that I had to fill in to do Sunday school class for a retired pastor one time, and I had to do Philippians chapter 4. It says, therefore, I'll have some NIV stuff. They kind of do some language stuff, but I'll read it and see if you can discern what's going on. I beseech Eudius and beseech Syntyche that they be of the same mind in the Lord. And I entreat thee also, true yoke fellow, help those women which labored with me in the gospel, with Clement also, with all my fellow laborers who are in the book of life. Do I detect some backbiting going between those two women
Yeah.
in the church? Yeah.
Yeah, but the interesting thing that I find fascinating is that they will preach it to other women how to manipulate men, how in the woman's mind women can succeed. You know, so if now all of those things that the church ladies do, they are being approved by society, right? The church is pushing that narrative, just manipulate him better, basically love bomb him. And we talked about the DSM-5 cluster B personality disorders, which includes some of the tactics that women are using. Manipulation is one of them also. So gentlemen, watch out. If she's love bombing you, if she's saying all of those socially approved things that the church is telling her, where does she get influence from? You know, because I see a big push, a big trend right now on social media from church ladies preaching morality, preaching how women are supposed to behave with their husbands, how women are supposed to love, admire, worship, basically love bomb your husband, which is the
You know how
anti
to piss them off? You know how to piss them off, cut through all the bull crap?
Yeah,
No, but I'm sure you're an expert on that, Nick.
Oh yeah. Ask them when was the last time they got on their knees for their husband.
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to implement it. So when was the last time?
So I'll say this directly. Only men can impose order. And what is order? Imposing order is direct authority, direct power, direct force, or the threat of force, or just the knowledge that he can use force to enforce boundaries. Women cannot use direct power or direct force. They use soft power
The girl
and
power.
manipulation and coercion. And,
Oh yeah.
you know, they try and
Well-
maneuver the surroundings instead of directly saying, no, this is how it is, and I will enforce it.
Well, and you know,
They
still,
can't do that.
I also see how they're not even hiding it, guys. Like you have to pay attention to the words that they use, even because they view femininity as a power for women. Femininity is your empowerment, basically. They could phrase it differently, but it's not weakness. Okay, if it's not weakness, then what is it? Well, it's empowerment, but they don't say the word empowerment because it's associated. They're not stupid.
Okay.
They know optics, right? It's associated with feminism, right? But they don't want to be viewed as feminists, so they use different indirect language, but to sell the same idea.
Is there anything wrong with that?
Well, yes, but I mean,
Wait,
based
well,
on
hold on.
female
Why?
behavior, based on female behavior, like I'm not surprised that they are doing it, but like from the moral standpoint, from the hierarchical standpoint, I spend too much time talking to you guys. I can see through their bullshit.
It's bullshit, of course, but it's what women do. Don't expect women to do something they're really not capable of doing. It's only a man that can impose order.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're going to behave this way. They always will. Even the Christian women will. Don't expect
Even
otherwise.
Elena does.
Yeah,
Even Elena will sometimes.
So
with their
you know
husband.
what? Is criticizing that, it's saying it's a fault. Who cares? It's what they do. Deal with it. Men, just accept it and deal with it.
Hey,
yeah.
and if they're acting bratty, just give them a little slap on the butt.
Well, see, and this is where it gets really tricky for
If they
most
don't like
men.
that, then kick her to the curb.
I understand that what you, Steve, are saying. It's the men are supposed to do that. The men are supposed to impose boundaries. The men are supposed to see through all of this crap that they are putting out there. Here, Luke says it's hard to tell them apart. You know,
Because they're
like
all
how,
women.
well, I know they're
Because
all
they all
women.
have the same behavior. When you scrape off the superficial facade and you look at the behavior, it's all the same.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, just assume they are all. They're all. And look. I would say about traditional women, there are no traditional women. Period. End of discussion. I don't care if they are on social media, if they're not on social media. No traditional women under gynocentric social order. Period. No traditional women under the family law system that we have right now that supports women. Period. Women are not being restrained. They are not traditional.
Okay, I'll agree with what you said. Christian men have bought this mindset
Mm-hmm.
that there's modern women. Oh, stay away from those. But then there's a religious, traditional woman.
Well, this is
She's
marketing.
better.
She's
So
good
they,
marketing.
in their mind, I find a good traditional woman
Mm-hmm.
and she's going to be better. No, they're all women.
Nope.
Yeah, all the
They're
same.
all
It's-
women.
it's-
They're all going to have the same behavior, and that traditional Christian woman is going to behave just like the modern woman. And historically, women have always done this. So there really are no good women and bad women. I mean, there are certainly worse women that you don't want to go near. But don't ever assume that you got a good woman who can manage herself.
No. Even I don't manage myself. Look, I said it before. I said it multiple times. I don't consider myself being a traditional woman. My husband doesn't think I'm traditional. I'm on social media to begin with. You know, yeah, it's. I understand how traditional women are supposed to behave because we've talked about it and we looked into what the Bible says, but we are so far gone from traditional.
Is she a restrained woman or an unrestrained woman?
The guy can look to himself to figure that out. Is he restraining her? And will she consent to that restraint?
Mm-hmm.
If not, if she won't consent to his restraint over her, she is a feral woman. Feral. Feral. Wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She is untamed.
Yeah. Yeah, not all women are the same as the falsehood. Yeah, it's not
A fallacy, yeah.
a fallacy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they will sell you that narrative, like, look at us, we are better. Essentially, what they are saying, that we are better horse than those horse, you know. And then they will even trash. Okay, and I did predict it like a few months ago, guys. I told you what was coming, right? And I see it's playing out on social media. If you pay attention, women start trashing the modern women. Oh, like those bad chicks. Oh, those entitled women. You know, we are so much better than those women. Look at us. Yeah, it's all out there now. So they won't even mind trashing other women and calling other women out. Look, even I'm guilty of that to some extent. You know, I go after horse.
At least he admits it.
I mean, you know, yeah, like
You should see how heated she gets behind the scenes.
yes. What you see, guys, it's very restrained. Maybe not to the ideal restraint that my husband would like me to behave, but it's not perfect, guys. So yeah, all women are doing it, you know, and I'm not the exception. I just I agree with it. And yeah, this
It's
is what women,
fantasy. And I'll say it's a fantasy that Christian men, oh, I just find a good woman in the church or wherever, and she can manage herself. She will just be pure. She will just love me. She will just do the right thing.
Mhm.
Get out of here, guys.
Yeah,
So
that
That-
fantasy
that
didn't
doesn't
work out well for
exist.
me, Steve.
You Okay, I made that mistake. Nick made that mistake. I'm telling you, go back to Genesis. Genesis chapter 3. Adam was created with dominion, dominance.
yeah.
The woman was created as a helpmeet. She was
Yeah.
never given dominion. Guys, Eve was sinless. And look what she did. Because Adam didn't show his dominion and his dominance over her, and he listened to his wife. So you can find the most beautiful Christian traditional woman. You still need to have dominion over her.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well,
And she
look,
won't hate you for it either. Let me tell you, she will not hate you for it
yeah, if my husband.
because she will respect you.
Mhm.
Here's a little secret. Women will have sex with a man she respects but doesn't like. She will not have sex with a man she says she loves but doesn't respect.
Well, here it depends on what influence she's under. She can always. This is why it's safer for most men, again, to not deal with women today, because most men are not going to have the frame. They're not going to have the
Yeah.
dominion, right?
I want to modify Steve's statement a bit,
Okay.
and he'll probably agree with me. There's another factor. If he has lots of money, she might sleep with him a bunch to trap him.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
With
Sure,
kids or be in it long enough, she gets all the payments.
Sure.
Well,
Doesn't mean
because
she respects him or loves him. She's using him.
she's using him, she's incentivized to do that by the system. The system tells her that, okay, you can just fake it, you can fake your desire for him, you can fake your respect. They all of these traditional chicks, gentlemen, this is what I really would like you to pay attention to. They all say that, oh yes, we just respect. If you ladies, the advice that they give to women, watch what kind of advice they give to women. If you just respect him, if you just do all of these little things, you're going to get so much more. You're going to have the princess treatment that you believe you deserve, right?
Right.
And
But
then
okay, don't attribute this to our modern legal system. 100 years ago, women behaved the same way. 200 years ago, 500 years ago.
yes,
They
Steve,
had the same motivations. Now we have given them more power, and so their
oh,
destructive
this is exactly what I'm
abilities
saying.
are much greater.
This is exactly what I'm saying, because now the system empowers them to behave that way. It encourages them to behave. It pays them to behave that way. So what do we expect women to do? Just to say, you know what? I choose to be loyal to my husband and not do those things, not destroy him in the divorce court when I'm being paid so much money to divorce him and destroy him, and everyone is chopping into my ear and telling me to do that.
Easy to see. Just look at the shape of a woman. They're mostly overweight. That means they have no self-discipline over what they put in their mouth. If they cannot impose discipline over what they eat to have it a reasonable amount, what makes you think they're going to be self-disciplined over their actions towards a man when they want something? The boundary has to come from the outside. A thin woman, yes, or a woman who is thin may have developed self-discipline. She didn't learn that herself. It was trained into her, probably by her father.
Yeah.
That's where she learns self-discipline. And then she can exercise it under the dominion of a man. Father first, husband second.
True, but most women today are being raised by single mothers. There is no father who would impose any discipline on them. So they are not taught how to be self-disciplined, regardless of what they say. Uh, then they are not going to be under the dominion of their husband either, because this is oppression or but now we see the narrative, guys, and this is what also pay attention. The threadcon women, the thread wives, they are selling to other women how awesome it is to be a wife. You know, all you have to do is just do all of those things. I've seen recently a post. Okay, let me bring her up. Okay, I don't remember if I saved. I did bookmark her, but I'm not sure where to look for the bookmarks. She was saying, okay, I did take a picture of it. Hold on. I'm going to read it out from here. Okay. They are basically trying to convince other women that they should choose marriage over being a strong, independent woman. So if you want a husband, you just do all of those things and look how marriage is great for you. You can get so many more benefits by being married. Did I take a picture of it? Okay, here. What I love about being married, one older lady posted: companionship, protection, provision, raising children together, loving our God more than life itself, growing old together, enjoying grandchildren, intimacy, support / help, holding hands during prayer, worshiping together at church. Yeah. And she mentions how many years they've been married and then counting. So they are trying to tell other women that choose marriage instead of being a strong, independent woman, because marriage is so much better. It's more comfortable, it's more stable, it's so much better. You will get a much better princess treatment that way than when you're doing it yourself. And there are multiple posts like that. I see women posting pregnancy pictures. They want desperately to be married. They are promoting the families, the children. They are showing their children. So they are actively pushing the marriage idea to younger women and also men. Like, look how awesome marriage is. Don't you want to hold hands together during prayer?
It's not a bad thing. It's better than being single. I mean, most guys would like those things.
Well, and this is what they are relying on. Okay,
But that guy that has that is lucky. And when they say intimacy, what does that actually mean? Is she still putting out for a husband or not?
well, and they would probably put out some to keep them.
No,
Maybe.
no, don't assume that.
Well, okay. My problem with all of these statements is that they are pushing marriage without changing the legal system. There is no marriage under gynocentric social order. There is whatever partnership or BS
Women.
that you want to call it. You know, there is no patriarch. So they want women to have all the power, all the control. Marriage is slavery for men today in the current system.
Sure. And a woman will always, if most of these good Christian women will always try and withhold sex from their husbands because it gives them power over him. Oh, yeah, don't give him that. Don't be too willing, because then you can't control him.
Mm-hmm.
Women have a great desire to control men. Again, back to Genesis 3. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. That means your desire shall be to be the husband, to control your husband, but he will rule over you. That's the solution. A man needs to rule over her. This curse applies to all women,
Yeah, that's true.
including the Christian, trad women, religious women, church women, whatever. It
Red pill women.
doesn't matter. Red
Doesn't
pill
matter.
women,
Yeah,
yes.
all women, all women. Yeah. And the problem is that how can a husband rule over her? It's like they chopped his balls off. He has no legal authority to execute upon his natural authority over his wife. So he can't restrain his wife because she will deem it's physical abuse, right? Then he limits the money that she spends. Oh, that's financial abuse. Then
Look,
emotional abuse,
no,
whatever you want to call it.
Steve,
What does the legal system do?
they're designed to
What?
screw you. Steve had a good point a while ago. He says, yeah, better off to control the finances anyway, slap her ass a little bit, being dominant. Because, hey, she might accuse you anyways of something that if you didn't do it, and the courts would still hold it against you even if you didn't do it.
Yes.
Now here's the thing. Yes, Nick. Yes. If you have the frame and the presence to do that, to exercise that control, to smack her ass when she needs it.
Okay, guys. Now,
Here's
how
the
many men are going
hold
to be
on.
capable?
Here's the paradox. Here is the paradox. If you do that, she is less likely to complain to the courts. If you don't do that, meaning you don't have dominion over her, dominance over her, then you're a weak man, and she will despise and have contempt for you and accuse you of these things. If you do this, she will respect you and be less likely to do that. Now, there is no certainty in anything, but I'd rather go to court and defend myself against something I did do rather than something I didn't do.
Yeah, that makes sense. I understand your point. It's just how many men will be capable of doing that? Not that many. Most men are, like you want to call them alpha, or like they are not as dominant.
That's very true.
How was historically that women were better restrained? Okay, yeah, they did all of that. All of those behaviors were still prevalent. Women are women. Female nature hasn't changed since the dawn of times. Okay, so how did men survive women? Okay, they had patriarchy, right? The social order was different. The laws were not
There was no
blindly.
state involvement.
Exactly. The legal system wasn't supporting and paying these women to leave their husbands and basically leave them unleashed, now women are being encouraged to do all of those things. And then what are the threat cons doing? Well, you just be a slave for her. You love her better. You pray with her better. And you guys did a lot of shows on that specific topic.
The solution, the solution is being implemented right now, because we are talking about this. We are explaining this behavior. That's what the red pill is here for. Older guys like me, younger guys like Nick, who have been through, made the mistakes and see the repercussions, and now we can explain this behavior to other men. Don't do what we did. Here's how it actually works. Young men are taking this message.
Yes, they
and
are.
they're acting on it. And the tradcons are trying to propagandize and say, no, it's actually safe. But the young men aren't doing that. We are winning. We don't need the laws to change in order to win. We will win the social.
No, I'm saying that if they want
consensus,
marriage,
and then the social people will cause the laws to change. First of all, we have to win the battle of our own minds and our own behavior, regardless of what the laws are.
I'm responding to the threatcons. If they want men to wipe up these women, change the laws, because without that change, Without patriarchy, there is no marriage. And men are wising up. They're not buying that bullshit that the Tretcons are selling them anymore. And I'm glad to see that. Okay, there is a comment here from Luke. Oh no, not the red pill woman. They are exception to the rule, I hope. Yeah, you
Nah,
can hope.
they're just another manipulative woman trying to get clout, perhaps trying to find a man, maybe with some red pill truth sprinkled in there. Okay.
And notice how most of them, they only repeat the least objectionable truth. I have yet met a red pill woman. If you meet one, besides Pearl, I think Pearl is not opposed to the idea of restraint of female nature. I've talked to her about it before, so it looks like she's on board with that. But like, aside from her, find me a red pill woman and bring her here, okay? I will talk to her, and I would like to see if what she thinks about restraint being imposed on women.
Luke, I am the world's foremost expert on red pill women and wifing them up.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I found my second wife on the Spearhead. We had a red pill blog together. She spoke all these talking points. She talked about frivolous and the rationalization hamster. She even wrote to me before I married her that if something like if I form an insurrection, you should take me over your knee and spank me or something like that. Okay. She filed for divorce and acted just like the nastiest unchristian woman. All the same crap.
There you go.
Yes, there's a red pill woman. And okay, she was a good woman until she went in rebellion. Once a woman goes in rebellion, all bets are off. She will become the nastiest woman out there when she is in rebellion and has contempt and lets herself develop contempt for you.
Yeah, women are women, guys. And here he lists a couple of women, the red pill women. Okay, Torsha, Rachel Wilson, Daven Sharpe. Out of all of them, I love Daven Sharpe. Okay, she's under the dominion of her husband. She stays off camera. Nobody really sees her. She does all of the.
So she's not really a red pill woman.
Well, I mean, she's married to a red pill guy. And you can see that she has enough. And I talked about it with Donovan, and he admitted that yes, she does have some fear towards the consequences that Donovan imposes on her. So she respects him, and that's important.
Donovan
my husband
has dominion. He exercises dominion over her. Good. Here's perfect example. Yeah. And so, Devon probably isn't a red pill woman. She's a member of the ladies' auxiliary of the male red pill.
Yeah. The only way I called myself Red Pill Babushka was because Rollo called me Babushka during his live streams. I took that name because a man in this community called me that. I didn't assign myself as Babushka. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, look, he has to think that the black pill doomers are right. Like the ones who don't deal with women in general. I think they are not. They are not as stupid as we like to think. Because it's safer for most men. Most men are not going to have the frame. Most men are not going to have the dominance to deal with women and impose any restraint on women. So it's safer for most
Yeah.
men. And look, it's not a bad idea actually. It's simple, guys. It's simple and it works, because look what happens. Men don't give out marriage. Men don't date women. What are women doing? They are whining on the internet. We are moving forward
So
with this one.
so on Wednesday we talked about forget whatever we talked about, but we were talking about the safest move for most men. Most men can't do what Donovan Sharpe has done.
Mhm.
Okay, most men are not clued in, don't have all the knowledge before getting into with a relationship with a woman to do what he has done with Devin. The safest move for most men is just not to play.
Yeah, I agree.
Can I push back on that a little bit?
Go for it.
Luke mentioned, oh, I hate to think the black pill is right. Oh, the black pill, let's define what is the black pill? Recognizing the true nature of women. We call that a black pill. It's only a black pill if you then avoid women. Now, if you believe in God, God created man, he created woman. So, as a man, you know you need to develop your skills. So, I think it's entirely possible that every man has the capability of being the man who can control a woman. Why would God make it any other way? Was it just Adam that was given dominion? Or is that a general promise to all men to have dominion within your realm, within your house? Now, you may not have it today. You don't have the frame. You have to learn to do it. Don't try and accomplish a marriage before you recognize the dominion and you test yourself to see if you have it. Go out, do something really hard. Like take Commando Krav Maga, push your physical limits and say, you know what? I maybe can't beat these other guys, but I can hang with them. I have the power. I've proved it to myself. I don't have to take shit from a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I will impose order and boundaries. And if she doesn't like it, she can leave. I think with a proper attitude and development and learning, most men can reach that level. But then, in order to reach that level, the man has to impose self-discipline on what he does in his actions. So, yeah, there is a path forward. It's not an easy path. You're not going to be gifted a good woman. You have to become the man who is capable of handling
Well,
the
but
woman
then
you choose.
the number of women that are even decent women with decent personality, some humility, the restraint, if let's say they were raised by the father, a dominant father, yeah, you can man up, you can do all of those things, but then if you're doing them for a woman, you already lost, because you make your mental point of
Exactly.
origin,
You do them for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Become the man. Then if the woman comes along, great. Now there are so few men who are going to choose this path that I can't prove it, but I think there are women out there in sufficient number to be found. That's no guarantee that you will find one, because when you reach this level, you're going to say, I don't need a woman.
Yeah.
But if the right woman comes along and I can vet her properly and do this, yeah, she can join me on my life adventure.
Well, and you
So,
mentioned something interesting there, Steve. You
okay.
said when you reach that level, you may think that you won't need a woman, which is I'm supportive of that idea, because
Yeah.
I don't think men need women, and the threat cons will try to sell you uh, uh, this falsification bubble that the only thing you need is what women can provide you, which is touch, sex. They can frame it differently, call it differently, but the underlying idea is that men need women to survive. Okay, men need wives in particular. Then they're trying to push marriage, right? They're trying to force men to be Captain Save-A-Whore. Okay, so he's supposed to wife you up with all of your baggage, with the kids from other men, right? He's supposed to be the Captain Save-A-Whore. And then how do they sell it to men? Well, you need marriage. You need a woman who will love you, who will admire you, who will appreciate you, who will pray for you, pray with you, all of those things. But in reality, men don't need women. I mean, yeah, if we are experiencing some birth decline, fine, but humanity survived through this birth declines throughout history during the wars, right? We still procreated, and men don't need wives to procreate and to reproduce. Women were spreading their legs, like since the dawn of time. So,
They will.
like, why bother with marriage, especially when marriage is not really, when marriage equals divorce in the current system? Why bother with it?
Okay, I want to point something out here. Elena thinks like a woman. I think like a man. You can see the difference here. Elena thinks emotionally. I think analytically. Elena sees things in black and white terms. I see things in shades of gray. Okay, well, here's how you maneuver through and you can find a solution, but you got to be the man to do it. So
Okay.
women will look, okay, oh, that's not possible. Okay, that's black and white thinking. A man will think, well, yeah, it's really difficult. Yeah, there might be a path through here. It's not black and white, it's shades of gray. Don't get married. Well, okay, don't get modern married. Modern marriage is not historical marriage.
Well,
It's
Steve,
not.
where
They're two different things.
Do we live in historical times or do we live in the modern times?
I believe civilization was built in historical times
Well,
under
okay, I'm not
historical
asking
marriage.
you how it was built. I'm asking you what's happening right now. Do we live in historical times or do we live in modern times?
We live in modern times. That
Okay,
doesn't mean
so
you can't practice the historical norm. Doesn't mean it's advisable to do that. I'm just saying it might not be impossible. And men are trying to find these solutions. Okay. And part of the solution is don't get married. Don't get civil married. Don't
well,
get
because
married
if
in the
you-
church, even. Just have a long-term relationship. And the guys who say, I want a long-term relationship with a woman, they are exhibiting the same desire that God created in us to have a wife under their authority, their dominion. And they don't want to invest long-term in a long-term relationship with a woman to have her leave and then have to start all over again. That's an investment. What man wants to keep investing in something that just flies the coop?
Yeah, somebody left a comment here. Thank you guys for leaving your comments here. It makes it more interesting. Hi, I fully agree. Historical marriage is different to what is called marriage now. See, I equate marriage with divorce because the legal system supports it and women are being paid to leave their husbands. And yeah, I'm not against the idea of cohabitating with a woman. Just don't get married, because when you marry her, you are supporting the current system. And all of these mitigating factors, or do the prenuptial agreement, do that agreement, do another one to mitigate the risks of that. of her leaving you, guys, you are still you are paying the lawyers. They are part of the system that we have right now.
Yes.
They created
But-
the laws, and then they
but-
give you, okay, but you can mitigate this risk, you can mitigate that risk by pay us more money to mitigate
Yes.
all of those
They're
risks.
telling you the truth. You can mitigate the risk.
Mm-hmm.
Mitigate does not mean indemnify.
But what's the okay, there are stupid risks, and I talked about it to my husband, and I think it would be great to have him for this specific discussion. There are stupid risks that men can take, and there are risks that, okay, if men take, they are not losing much. And I think marriage falls today under the stupid risk, because you know the outcomes, the statistical odds are not in your favor. And when you still take that risk, she can still ruin you. She can divorce you. She can take your kids away from you.
Okay, yes. And that risk is 50%, give or take.
Yeah, it's still a high risk, Steve.
Oh, 50% is a high risk. Don't take that risk.
Of the
Exactly.
50% that don't, how many of them are still getting laid?
Yeah. Okay, now on the other hand,
There you go.
here's the shades of gray thing. With a long-term relationship, and or if you're dead set on modern marriage, you get a prenup. Prenups often, most times, are upheld. If you have a lawyer draft it, it mitigates your risk. So now your chance of being totally hosed go from 50% down to 25%. That doesn't necessarily reduce your risk of the divorce, but it reduces the risk of being hosed. Now, if you have a dominant masculine presence and frame and dominion, and you don't count on the church to keep your wife there, if you have that type of thing, and you're the better man because of the mentally you're a better man, not the money muscles game stuff. It goes beyond that. Now, what if you can reduce that risk from 25% now down to 10%? 10% risk of catastrophic destruction.
Yeah, Steve,
But-
it's still not a guarantee.
Okay,
know?
I am not guaranteeing. There is no risk, is no guarantee. This is not black
You
and
can
white
reduce,
thinking.
you
You
can
have
try
a
to
1 in
reduce
10
it, but
chance
you are
instead of a
fighting. Okay, you
Okay,
are
1
fighting
in 10.
against the whole system that's designed to destroy you.
You-
Good luck.
You
Good luck.
Okay, fine. Men fight against great obstacles. I'm just saying, I'm not advising men to get married. Understand that. I'm
Okay.
just saying, with the proper mindset, you can dramatically reduce your risk even under the current rules. You cannot eliminate it. 50% chance of being zeroed out is horrendously bad. Don't do it. 10%, if you work on yourself and you don't need her and you exhibit dominance and you pick the right woman and all these things, which most men can't do,
Yeah.
you can theoretically reduce that risk to 10%.
Theoretically.
Then is it worth it? Maybe. I can't decide
Theoretically.
for you.
Yes.
But okay, it's not black and white. It's shades of gray. And you have to decide if you're the man who is willing to take that risk. A decision to take a risk of 1 in 10 is a way better decision than stupid, uninformed guys don't even make the decision. They just walk in this 1 in 2 chance. They're just being absolute dumb shits.
Yeah. Okay.
If you make an informed decision, you're better off.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, this is why we talk about. This is why the red pill community talks about these topics, so that guys can make an informed decision for themselves. Okay, here, a Pew Research Center study indicated that Hindus have one of the lowest divorce rates in the US, with only 5% divorced or separated.
Is that because they're Hindu, or is it because they're recent immigrants still operating under the old social cultural pressures of India?
Well, I talked to my husband about
The divorce rate in India is going up too.
it's
So
going up. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And look, I only knew one guy who was from India. Shortly after they moved to the US, he divorced with her, or she divorced with him. I think it was her who actually filed for divorce. And they've been together for a long time, you know. And then yeah, the divorce rates are going up. And then also another factor that we need to consider, and I know that people don't like to talk about it, it's technological advancements, it's the medicine, it's the infrastructure that India has. It's a relatively poor country.
and the older so I grew up around a lot of Indians. I've been to India.
Mhm.
Okay. The older generations are not extremely feminist. The younger generations are, especially among women, are very feminist.
Yeah.
They have a term they called it modern woman. I am a modern woman. They'll say it. They are very feminist. And so you're going to see the divorce rates actually very high, at least in India, higher, are increasing among the younger members, not so much the older members.
Yeah. Well, and it also depends on they may want to do feminism there too, but
No, they are. No, they are. The young women being raised
but
very
it's
feminist.
okay.
Yep.
It's like in comparison, I guess, like relatively speaking, in comparison to the US, some people would say, well, the Indian, maybe they are not that far gone with feminism. It's getting there. It's getting bad there as well.
They
But
pretty much
catching up
all speak
fast.
English. Look, they pretty much all speak English. And what do they have access to? They have access to the crap that's going on not only in their country, but in the UK and in the US.
yeah,
And
That
they
is
have
their media.
smartphones.
they
Yeah.
have smartphones too. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have internet, Instagram, all of that. And no, my point is that that society, it's not as advanced in terms of technology, so maybe even if they try to do feminism there, the reality probably wouldn't let them go that far, and because of
Bullshit.
that
No.
they will
No.
they will be viewed as like
Bullshit.
maybe less feminists, in the
The
Western
only way to stop feminism is by men exercising dominion. Dominion is authority, force, enforcement of boundaries. Indian men are not doing that. With the internet and the education of women and all that, they are catching up so damn fast that I'm saying there's virtually no distinction between
True,
young
but
women in India
okay.
and young women in the US,
Well,
or young women in Thailand
guys,
or Colombia or
but
wherever.
because in some countries it's really still hard for women to survive without men. They still need men for survival to some extent. That might
Unless they
slow
can get them
down.
on the hook in a divorce, which you can in India now.
And she can in Colombia now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you go to rural Colombia, and I don't know, I'm not an expert on this. I'm just using this as a potential example.
Mhm.
You go to Rio and marry a woman, she's probably going to be modern. You go to a small village and marry the woman, she's probably not going to be that modern. Probably a better choice. But if you bring her back to the US, now all of a sudden, give her a smartphone, give her about 5 years, she's going to be a modern woman. And now your risk is the exact same as if you'd have married an American woman. The
Yeah,
only
that's true.
chance you have is going there, living there in the village, under the rules in that village and her father's influence. Yeah, it might work there, but take her out of there,
Out of
he's
the
going to modernize very quickly.
True, 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 so true. But then also some countries, okay, wherever there is civil unrest, let's say, and uh, they invite men to come, but then they conscribe these men to go to war. So a lot of women who moved with their families back to certain countries, their men were just like taken to fight, so they were killed. And yeah, it's like uh if you choose to do that, if you choose to do the passport bro, and there is a big push on social media towards passport bro, we talked about it, guys, on my channel, and
Your
I think,
husband did it with you.
yeah, he did it with me, but he brought me there. But what they say now, like, okay, if we want to do the passport bro thing, usually we go to a foreign country and we live there. Gentlemen, make sure that you know what you are doing. Do your due diligence and learn about the culture, learn about the laws of that culture, and learn what could potentially come for you. How learn the mentality of the people there, because like, I think that a lot of men, they just love the idea, and superficially it looks good. Oh, that country is so patriarchal, it has all of those norms, all of those rules. At least this is maybe how that country has been propagandized on social
Oh,
media.
those Eastern European and Russian and
Exactly.
Ukrainian, Romanian and Hungarian women are so traditional. Just
Uh-huh.
marry
Mhm.
one of those and you got it made. No, no, that's not okay. Plutarch and Elena are not successfully married because he imported her. They're still successfully married because Plutarch exercises dominion.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
has strong frame. Stronger than most men will ever achieve. But okay, he's got divorced. He learned about the nature of women. Then, since he's a smart guy, he studied that and entered into this marriage contract with his eyes open. And he became a better man after his divorce because he had to learn. He had to force himself to learn and then say, no, I'm going to have the dominion. I'm going to have the power as much as I can under these rules. And
Yeah.
he imposed that on Elena.
Yeah, but he also was reading a lot. He was reading a lot about the
Yes,
Russian
yes,
culture, about the Eastern
right,
European mindset. It didn't just happen like overnight, No, he was, before
right.
he met, he was looking for a woman specifically from that area, but he was doing a lot of background research on the
And
culture,
what
on
was
the
the
laws.
reason for that research?
Well, he got kicked into his teeth by his ex-wife, I guess, that.
No, what? No, I'm looking for a different answer. The reason for that research is I want to learn what these women are like,
Okay, yes,
what
that.
their belief system is, to understand their culture so I can learn to exercise dominion, dominance over these women, these type of women. And
Yeah.
he found Elena and he exercised dominion, dominance, control. Okay, with that comes love. You think I'm talking about nasty stuff here. And he hasn't specifically said this. But Plutarch cares about defense, weapons, protection. If it came down to it, would the man be willing to die to protect Elena? Absolutely. That's what men are created for. But he exercises dominance. So the man who exercises dominance, it's not a scary thing, woman. That man will still die to protect you because that's how God made him.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
Yeah.
say, Nick?
Oh, frame above all. I'm
Yes.
responding to the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
To
Money Muscles game. Yeah,
mhm.
good things. means jack crap if you don't have frame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, frame über alles. Yeah, my husband made a tweet a while ago, and I quoted him during Donovan's Sharpe show, that money can't save you, muscles can't save you, game can't save you, frame might save you if you can keep it, gentlemen. So keep your frame. Mhm. Okay, you know what, Anthony? I'm going to time you out because you are being disrespectful, and
If that's
unless
him,
you guys,
if that's actually him, he's the president of not self-proclaimed president of nothing. So
okay,
I doubt it's actually him, but okay.
okay. Well, I don't know if you guys want to respond to him. You're welcome to do that.
Nah, keep
No.
going.
Okay.
Just a distraction.
Okay. Cool.
Hey, you know what? Anybody is free to disregard everything we're saying. Say,
Mm-hmm.
those guys are just full of shit. Fine.
Okay.
But
How deep do you want me to dig?
you have free will. You can ignore any information and blame your problems on somebody else. And then if the world doesn't change for you, okay, that's as far as you're going to go. Or you can say, well, the world's rules suck. So what can I do? Well, one thing under my control is make myself into a better man, improve my mental processes, my confidence in myself. I don't have to lift weights, but that's probably a good thing. I don't have to go for ultimate success and make lots of money. I can make enough to just suit my needs. I can learn the nature of women and how to navigate the system. I can gain knowledge. I don't have to use it, but okay, you want to do that? Do that. If you want to lament about how nasty the world is, well, fine. Do that. Don't even try.
Yeah.
I wasn't laughing at you, Steve. I was laughing at the chat. But
The
there you go.
comments, yeah, the comments are funny today. I didn't time him
It's
out. I
entertaining.
decided to have some
Oh,
fun.
we're having some entertainment today.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
distracting me, dang it.
yeah. Okay, guys, another thing I wanted to point out to you here. Okay, I'm not going to bring it up, but I'll read it out loud. Okay. Some of the messages I hear from the ThreadCon women. Okay.
Okay.
So they say, stop calling femininity oppression. It's your edge. So they view femininity as the power for women. This is how they can manipulate men better. We've talked about that. So watch out for those phrases. Then there are some femininity gurus who create courses for women to teach them how to be more feminine, how to do all of those things, to get the princess treatment, in short.
Mm.
Okay.
Hey, why don't they teach them how to get on their knees and please their husbands?
Well, you know what, Nick? To their credit, they might actually even say that. I recently started seeing that the church Christianity female gurus they say that, well, intimacy is important, but they don't specify what intimacy is, of course. And then, well, that kind of implies that a woman should have sex with her husband, and she might even have sex with him occasionally just to keep him on the porch. You know, just to serve me better, I'll
Come
fuck
on.
you, just, you know, occasionally.
This whole train of thought is complete and utter bullshit. When you get married in a Christian marriage, your oath says you give all bodily rights. Wife, the woman gives all bodily rights to her husband.
Mm-hmm.
That means anytime he wants it, he has the right. Okay, at Thanksgiving dinner with all the in-laws there, he has the right to throw you over the table and fuck you silly. Because that's his right. Now, he's not going to do that because that's just absurd, but he still has the right. Now, you also have a right to his body whenever you want it. Now, so there should be no decisions. Well, I don't feel like it. He hasn't been nice to me. You gave away this right. You don't understand the meaning of right. A right doesn't come from the government, it comes from something you give somebody else, primarily.
Well, and this is why we say women's words, a woman's oath that she gives during her wedding ceremony. Well, he gives her the oath too. It means nothing. Their words, when they are not being held up to that standard externally by laws, by the legal system, by our society to some extent, but by human mostly, it's useless. Whatever women tell you during the wedding ceremonies, whatever promises they give you, they are worthless.
They are worthless because the state says something completely different.
Mhm.
Also, so you actually have two different contracts that are contradictory going on. You have a public contract, which is done in public, and then you sign this marriage contract. Most guys sign the marriage contract and have no idea what they're actually signing up for and how the courts enforce that. So they're two different things. There's and what I don't understand is how these trad cons and all these other pastors, I'm Pastor Nick, okay. How the hell are you marrying these people with that knowledge that you're assigning them two completely contradictory contracts? What you're doing in public is completely different than the actual reality before the state. And if you carry out what you covenanted before the public with, if you carry that out, you can be charged with all sorts of bullshit made up crimes to enforce the feminine imperative. And screw yourself out of alimony, child support, and perhaps ever seeing your kids again.
Guys think that their control, their authority in marriage comes from the state in the marriage, in the oaths. No, it doesn't. God created you with dominion.
Mm-hmm.
You have it. Now, can the state impose their will on you and steal it from you? Yes, they can. But your authority is self-derived. It comes from within you, and your creator made you with that. So now exercise it, know you have it, and assert that. Now, I'm not saying being mean, but you don't have to be a nice guy. Nice is not a virtue. Niceness is not a virtue. What are the virtues? Faith, hope, love, temperance, justice, fortitude, and forbearance. So tell your woman, no, I am not a nice man. Because nice is not a virtue. These are the virtues. Look them up. The 7 cardinal virtues. Practice those and tell your woman, I'm not nice. I'm not letting you get away with stuff. But justice, forbearance, temperance. Oh, what more do you want from me? I'm just a man. See, this is asserting your will, and she will accept your frame. Your frame is imposing reality of the control in the template of how the relationship works. Doesn't matter what the state says. Yes, it gives her power if she chooses to exercise it, but you still create the reality. Don't let the state create the reality for you. Now, you can still choose not to enter that state contract. Does this make any sense?
Yeah, well, I think reality is what it is, and then you can either participate in what is out there for you, what state offers for you, or you can just, not interested.
No. Reality is not what it is.
What is what you create? See if it reminds me of this woo-woo, manifestation.
No.
I want...
Don't go to woo-woo. This is not
Okay.
manifestation. We have two countries at war that you're very familiar with. We have Ukraine, we have Russia.
Mm-hmm.
The reality in Russia, they view this as an existential and existential thing.
Yes.
About NATO wanted to move in. We need to win this because those are Russian people over there.
It's their
and
reality.
We're going to protect them. Now, what?
It's their reality. It's subjectivism.
Yes. No. It's their reality. Now, the Ukrainian reality and their beliefs is different. So you have two competing realities. Which one is real?
Neither.
Which one is real? Depends on where you're standing.
Yeah, but it also depends. Okay, I don't want to talk about politics, guys.
I'm not talking about politics.
No.
I'm just saying there are...
I can tell you behind off camera what I really think about what's going on.
Okay, but that's your opinion based on where you're standing. Which side you believe in. That becomes your reality.
Okay,
if
let's
you were
look
standing
at...
on the other side.
I have an example.
You can look at this on any topic. Depending on where you're standing, the realities are different.
Let's talk about men and women. Okay, in divorce court, let's look at Nick's story, for example, right? What happened there? Okay, there is his reality, there is her reality. Okay, just like in those countries. So Nick's reality is that she initiated divorce, right? She left him. She took the kids away from him. What's your reality? Oh, he was this misogynist, right? He didn't love me enough, right? Oh, well, Nick, you tell us.
Didn't love her enough. My parents didn't love me enough as a kid. I'm this so-called existential threat of abuse, which in her mind, or what she tells everybody, versus what she actually said and the facts reveal.
Exactly. So now we are moving towards the objective truth. Where does objective truth stand? There is Nick's reality here. There is, yes, exactly. There is your reality here. Like in those countries, where is objective truth?
It's nowhere. Doesn't matter.
Well, then what are we doing in the red pill? If not, like, facts don't matter.
In that fight, it didn't matter.
No, the facts don't matter. If a woman accuses a man in divorce court,
here's how it matters. Now, I'm going to say this because it applies to me. Nick made huge mistakes.
I did.
Because he believed in this fairy tale. I found a unicorn, a good Christian woman who was raised by an elder in her church. And yes, she claims to be a virgin. Oh, yes, this is great. And then he went in, and whether he'll articulate it or not, he kind of believed in this egalitarian mindset. Even though he preached against it, it hadn't sunk into his core that no, a man needs to have dominion and exercise authority and not trust his woman, his wife, with the money. Okay, he didn't practice that. The reality in the marriage, he set up these conditions where then she can assert her story and his story. The truth didn't matter at that point, but it could have mattered earlier. If Nick would have known reality, he would have vetted better.
Yeah.
And even if he would have made that mistake, he would have conducted the marriage differently and asserted dominion early on and kept control of the money. So at some point, when you're in the middle of the war, reality, it's his truth, her truth, it doesn't matter. The only time objective truth matters is before the fact, so you can conduct yourself as a man with the objective reality and impose your will. This woman, this is how I see reality. This is my will. This is what reality is. If you want to stay with me, you're going to accept my reality. Otherwise, there's a door.
Well, okay, guys, we are talking about man's accountability, right? So Nick acknowledges that he messed up a few things here and there. He wasn't the strong, dominant
No,
man.
I will say
right?
that when I tried to assert that early on, the church came down on me.
Well, exactly. So, like how much
And what did the
authority?
good Christian man do? Oh, I listened to the older wise men that supposedly knew better, but they really just castrated me. That's the
Right.
reality.
Hey, you know what,
I
Nick?
went along with it, and I went
I'm
along
not-
with it.
Everything I just said about you applies to me. That's why I can say it to you. Because I understand I did all these things wrong. I'm accountable to myself for my failures. If I'd have done things differently, would the outcome be different? Probably.
Not a guarantee,
But
though.
not
under
a
the
guarantee. And the outcome might have been bad, might have been different, though.
Okay, and this is where I was watching the movie, and we did read an article last week about how men look at their own mistakes with great detail so that they don't make the same mistakes. They sometimes learn from their own mistakes, right? And women, they get a free pass, because they don't suffer nearly the same amount of accountability as men do. In fact, they get paid. They get paid to do what they want to do. So, like, I doubt that Nick's wife is scratching her head and thinking that, oh, what have I done wrong to maintain marriage? No, she's proud of the fact that she divorced. And this is most women,
Cash
It's like,
prizes, baby.
okay. So here, objective reality is that the system doesn't support the patriarch. Without the patriarch, there is no family. There is no family. Okay, a woman can do whatever the hell she wants to do. She can ruin her ex-husband's life. She can ruin the lives of her children. So who is the bad guy here in this whole situation? Is it the man who didn't know any better because he was raised to prioritize the wife, right? He was abiding by those rules, by those virtues. He was following those duties that he was supposed to fulfill, and he was fulfilling them. Or is it the rebellious woman who decided one day she no longer wants to be with this man, took his kids
I
away,
can answer this.
divorced him?
I'll answer this. There's three primary institutions acknowledged throughout. Aristotle knows them. Church fathers recognize them. The Westminster Standards recognize them. So there's family, church, and state or commonwealth. So in the family, okay, who's to blame? Where's the father? How did the father raise the mother? Okay, the husband before they got divorced. Did he assert dominance? If he didn't, he might be a good guy. He probably didn't deserve to get thrown under the bus and all that crap. But yeah, he made mistakes. There's faults there. But the state and the nasty woman are to blame.
I agree.
Ultimately.
Yes.
The woman did this. She
initiated.
She did it.
Mm-hmm.
She did it. And the state, what's the word? Not just an accomplished, but facilitated it and stripped the man of his dominion and allowed these injustices to go against him, these false accusations with no evidence, because most of them are false anyways. There's no evidence, but they can merely accuse him and throw him under the bus, take his kids, make him be basically enslaved, pay child support and alimony. So yeah, it's the woman. Ultimately, it's the woman with the state. Now, there's other accountability factors there, and I talked about them. But primarily, it's the woman in the state.
The woman and the state, because state is women, or women are the state.
The state caters to women.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, in next situation, You got to put it into perspective. Nick is still alive. He's living his life. He's learning. He's still practicing his Christian faith. He still has a life. He still has kids, even though he can't see them. Compare that to the man who is 19, 20, 21 years old and is sent to war and is killed, or is captured and tortured and then killed. Is Nick worse off than that man? No. I'd say no. So in this point, yes, Nick has been temporarily defeated. So what, in this position, what does a man have to do? It's simple. He has to survive. He has to live. And when he survives, he wins. Because, okay, and survival he might just survive for the next 10 or 15 years. Then he comes out the other side. And okay, this is my story. I survived. I'm out the other side. Yes, and it's 15, 20 years later. I'm still here. I win. Because I survived, and now I'm actually starting to thrive. Now, my ex, first or second, but primarily the first, no, she's never made as much money as me. Yes, the child support, the spousal support, that ended a long time ago. She's stuck with herself for the rest of her life. At the end of our lives, I'm going to be doing better because I've improved myself. She's still playing the victim role and blaming everything on me. Fine. Okay. That's her choice. But in the end, I win. I'm going to have to go face God when I die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to account for the things I've done. But here's the funny thing. I will not have to account for the things that I'm falsely accused of. But she will have to account for the things she falsely accused me of. Who wins in the end?
Yeah, but it's a long, long ride.
Yes. Okay. What choice do I have?
Not much. I mean, yeah.
The red pill is not about giving hope. The red pill is not about what you wish it would be. The red pill is this is reality.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the reality. Now you have to do something with the reality. Steve survived.
Well, the reality
I'm gonna
is
survive.
that
I'm-
most women today are not wife material women, and the
Right.
law is on their side. This is the reality. This is objective reality. Now, what you gentlemen choose to do about it, it's up to you. If I were a man, I would stay the hell away from women just to be safe. I would probably be even like the black pill, one of those that Luke Perry was laughing at.
That's fine. Every
Because
man has to make his choice.
It's
But I
and it
know
would be-
men.
watching
I know
porn.
men.
Watching porn as much as threatcon women, especially, they love to shame men for watching porn.
Why?
Well, that's a good question. Why?
There's a simple answer.
They want to control.
You have the answer. When a
men.
man uses porn or corn instead of pursuing women,
Mhm.
the woman cannot use her power of the pussy to control him. And do they care about the man's sin? No.
Mhm.
No, they don't. Women don't exercise that kind of empathy and caring. They just care. There's men out there that women cannot control.
Yeah, yeah. Well, definitely. Look here says reality unfortunately leans towards the MGTOW community being right. Uh, it's sad, but it's also most men. Most men are not going to play games. They are fucking done with women, and I don't blame them. Look, I don't. I totally understand. Like I said, if I were a man, if I don't want to support the current system and marriage within the current system only destroys men, like what other options do I have left there? I don't want to play with women. All of these games is just, is it worth it? Is it worth it playing all of these kinds of games with women? I don't know.
Okay. Civilization, Christendom, Germany. Okay. Let's say bring it back to the 800s. Okay, Rome fell. What was it? The Huns who came from Germany. No. What, the Goths too? So Germany was not a civilized place. Okay, what made Germany civilized? Oh, it was Christian men coming in, forming monasteries. Monasteries are MGTOWs.
Yeah.
They came in, they formed a monastery. They built the monastery and they imposed civilization and order and taught the people. And these men were not married. They were the MGTOWs. They won. They won because then their thought, their discipline of the work ethic and skills and trades and, treat people well, uh, the trustworthy society where, no, we don't have roving bandits. Yes, if you lose money or you drop your wallet, someone returns it because this is the right thing to do. This is Christianity. Okay, this concept of civilization came in Europe from the MGTOWs, who happened to be monks.
Yeah.
MGTOWs are going to win.
They are, and they are the majority. They are most men out there.
They're
And
not
look,
the majority now. They're a small number, but the MGTOWs are going to win
yeah.
because
Well, they're
they're
giving,
not their will is not influenced by women. They're just doing
exactly.
their own thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Luke Perry here says, I will follow Donovan footsteps most likely. I just won't get state involved. That's a smart decision. And don't have kids also. Even if you don't involve the state, but you have kids, women will find a way to screw you over. So, yeah.
Just impose your reality on your woman.
Yeah,
And
and don't
decide
don't have
in the
kids.
moment.
The moment you have kids with her, you empower her. And another trend I see, women want
Yes.
to have kids,
Okay.
and they say, like, they post all of these pictures of pregnant women, family pictures, all of that. They're trying to promote. How do women get leverage over men in the current system, gentlemen? It's through marriage. You wife them up. You give them the leverage. You give them even more leverage when you have kids, because then
Yes,
they
you
can
give them
use
more
it,
options,
it
but decide in the moment. Make an informed decision. I'm not going to tell a man whether to have kids or whether not to have kids. It comes with a risk. Know your risk, mitigate that risk, and impose your reality on the woman and consequences. Okay, look at Kentucky. Divorce rate has gone down in Kentucky. Why? Because the state imposed 50-50 custody. All of a sudden, the woman cannot get as much cash and prizes if she divorces. So all of a sudden, women decide, no, I'm not going to divorce. So you have to, if you impose your reality, your financial reality, don't put her name on the lease of the house. Make her, okay, don't get married. Make her sign a rental agreement to live in your house. Don't share bank accounts. Don't have cars in both your names. Make it as difficult as possible so she cannot have cash and prizes. You retain the power. Now, and under those circumstances, is it advisable to have kids? Probably not. But could you make the decision to have kids? Yeah, that's up to you. But you have mitigated your risk. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do.
Well, there was a video that I shared with you on Instagram a while ago, and it really got a lot of traffic. People were commenting on it, and the guy, he bought a house and he put it on his name, but he had 2 kids. Whether it was his kids or not, he was the father of the kids. Okay, and so the woman, she was first excited because of the new house, but then when she found out that the house wasn't on her name, she threw a hissy fit, and it looked like she took his kids away and she left. So in that case, like, like, how much did he mitigate by putting that house on his name?
Did he keep the house?
I don't know. Well, I mean, the video was kind of short. We don't know the rest of the story, how it ended. And it's probably not a true story, like some people were commenting, but it doesn't really matter whether it's a true story or not. It's very common scenario. So a man buys a house, he puts it on his name, he has 2 kids with a woman that she will use against him as a leverage to get more resources from him. So if she wants...
He was successful. He mitigated the risk.
Okay.
He didn't guarantee the outcome. She's gone.
Yeah, with the kids.
Mitigating the risk is not a guarantee of an outcome.
Like, you save some money doing what
right. So he won. His mitigation worked. He did. A man cannot impose. Okay, a woman always has free will. Always. She can always leave. He can do what he does to mitigate it, but she still has free will.
Even in a historical marriage situation, let's say like close to 200 years ago, you still had a few exceptions to the rule where the woman committed adultery. The woman abandoned the family. It still happened. It was just not anywhere near the proportions we have today. It was still a risk, though.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, I'm going to address this. The church, Andrew Duggan says, the church calls it controlling when a man mitigates his risks. Yes. Fuck the church. In this case,
that's what I should have said.
The church is imposing their will over the man's will. It is the man is the head of his wife, and God is the head of the man. So a man is not accountable primarily to his wife. He's accountable to God. The woman is accountable to the man. Now, the church comes in there somewhere between man and God. But the church has overstepped its authority to come in and tell a man what is controlling and not in his marriage. He is ultimately accountable to God. So whatever he does, he's going to have to answer for it. So he better justly impose his dominion over his woman. But if it's unjust, he's going to pay the ultimate penalty on Judgment Day. Now, I'm not talking he's going to go to hell if he didn't do things right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's going to have to answer for his behavior.
Yeah, but he's accountable to God, not to her.
Yeah.
And this is what, even those threadcon women, the church ladies, they really don't like it. That No,
No, they
he's
don't.
not accountable to you.
don't.
He's accountable to God. You are accountable not to God, to your husband. They
You
hate this
are accountable
hierarchy.
to God through your husband.
Yeah. Well, you can't go to God directly. Like, to which I would say, like, you are accountable to your husband, ladies. Just like limit their desire to, to the man that they are with. No, God is too far for you, like you stay within your realm there, you are accountable to your husband.
If you're in the armed services, you're a private or a corporal, you are accountable to the sergeant. Okay. That's all you have to worry about. Who's the sergeant accountable? Oh, he's accountable on up the line to lieutenant, the major, the captain, colonel, general. He's accountable to them. You are not directly accountable to the general. No. You're accountable to the sergeant. Okay.
Mhm.
This is how it works. And
Yeah.
women want to ignore the sergeant
They want
and
to
go
go
to the
up.
general.
Yeah.
Women want to ignore their accountability to their husband and say, I'm just accountable to God. No, you
Well,
are in rebellion.
okay,
Pay
another
attention to the command authority here.
phrase that I've noticed they use, guys, the TredCon women and the church ladies: honor God by submitting to your husband. So if
Okay.
you just
That's
submit
true.
to him, but then they start adding all of those extra things, like, okay, if you submit to him, you will get better treatment from your husband. It's all conditional, okay? Like, your submission is conditional. He's allowed to lead her where she wants to go. And then, okay, you honor God, but even by that submission, that conditional submission, the submission to your husband should be unconditional. She just should submit, right, without any strings attached, without any expectations, because this is the natural law, this is the hierarchy that we are talking about, right? But notice how they always add these extra little things to make a woman feel good about herself and her submission to her man, and through that submission they say you honor God, but then in exchange for you doing that, you will get better princess treatment from your man. He owes you that princess treatment for your submission. This is how they are selling submission to women. I'm just
Yes.
telling you guys. So yeah.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah, the church woman on Sunday and 3 or 4 on Saturday night, right? Yeah, women have agency. They can choose what they want to do, and
Yeah, okay. Let's Sunday, yep. Go worship God. On Saturday night, yes. Absolutely. She's a 304, but she needs to be an exclusive 304 for her husband. And Elena says this all the time. All women are whores.
Mhm.
Fine. That's part of your nature. But be the exclusive whore for your husband.
Okay, guys.
You cannot withhold from him. Be that woman, because we all know it's in there someplace. You can wear the mask and pretend it's not there. But you Christian women, yeah, if nobody knows about it, it didn't happen. Oh, bullshit.
Yeah.
Just be that woman for your husband.
Like Shu says, I won't submit to my emotionally abusive husband. I know, right? Yeah. And then also, what I predict is going to happen, they will try to have a cake and eat it too. They will say, okay, they will try to push the narrative that women are these angelic women, men are just supposed to wipe them up and submit to them. It's the submission is conditional, right? Women get their princess treatment in exchange for giving out some respect, maybe even faking it, because let's be honest here, when we've talked about it, women can't respect the men they are not scared of. Then they will promise peace to men, they will promise respect, they will promise all of those, sugar and spice, everything nice. But the reality is that like the moment they get the ring, or the moment they get what they want, they are not going to do any of that.
Elena, you're
What?
predicting the future. You're
Yes.
thinking you're so smart.
No, I'm not. It's just based
Okay,
on female behavior,
okay. G. Genesis 3. Her desire shall be for her husband, to be the husband, to control the husband, and he shall rule over her. Okay, it says it was like this from the very beginning. She's going to try and be manipulative and do all this shit to get her way. What's the remedy for that? He needs to rule over her,
Okay.
assert his reality, his dominance. And this is right after Adam brought sin upon all of us by listening to his wife. So this is an ancient battle. This condition has always existed. So, yes, it existed then, and it said what the remedy is. A man needs to rule over the woman. Okay, guys, you can try and come up with some egalitarian power sharing means, and you will fail. Because as it was in the beginning, is now, and shall ever be.
Well, exactly. All of these predictions are based on what we've already seen in the Genesis 3, in history. It's not like I'm coming up with the rocket science here. I'm just telling you the things that the ThreadCon women are going to implement next when they realize that their narratives are not landing well with men. So what they will do is they will start pushing, okay, you have sex with him occasionally, okay, the intimacy. They will start talking about the intimacy. Yes, ladies, have some sex with him, okay. Yes, you admire him. If he feels like a king, he will treat you like a queen. All of those bullshit narratives that they will come up with, and then they will say that, okay, I'm going to be an exclusive whore only for my husband, and if my husband doesn't mind, I'm going to be on social media exposing myself in semi-naked pictures as well. So they will try to do both. They will try to be both an exclusive whore only for him, because this is how they consolidate on that man. This is how they get the ring from that man, by promising him that. And then they will also be doing what they are doing, preaching bullshit on social media and exposing themselves in semi-naked clothes and doing other things. They are already whores, okay? If they are public whores doing all of those things for attention, okay, I'll just add another description into my job title, or whatever you want to call it, okay? And then I'll be a private whore as well for my husband.
Okay, those are all good things. So, how does a man recognize the difference between the good woman doing all these things and the manipulative woman doing all these things?
How?
Nick, got an opinion on this one?
Nope.
Tell us, Steve.
I'm turkey shopping.
It's actually simple.
Mm-hmm.
Very simple. Does she show humility? Humility is accountability, but it's more. humility is also includes recognizing the hierarchy and being obedient to authority. Is she a humble woman, showing humility? Then she can do all those things, and it's wonderful. If she's doing those things, but what's that? Eats wipes her mouth and says, "I've done no wrong."
Mm-hmm.
What's that quote, Nick? That's your thing.
What, a woman can do everything right, a man is only at fault.
No,
Man,
from
man bad.
Isaiah, I think. She eats, wipes her mouth, and says, "I've done no wrong."
No, that's Proverbs. That's Proverbs.
Oh, okay, that's Proverbs. Okay, so that woman is showing no humility. She may be doing all the right things, but not showing humility. Therefore, you know it's fake. You need to find a woman
The-
that shows humility, which means she takes accountability for her actions and who she is. And
Yeah. So
the benefit of this is then, okay, that's just a regular woman. Then you can love the woman for who she is, and she can receive your love for who she is instead of receiving fake love for who she projects herself to be, which is not really her. Then it's fake love that she receives. The man can give real love for who he thinks a woman is.
Mm-hmm.
If he's wrong because she's showing herself to be something
Somebody she's not. Yeah.
then the love she receives is never real. So she has to keep up the act. She has to have humility to say, "This is who I am." Then the pilled man can actually say, "Oh, yeah, I can accept your nature and I can love you in spite or because of who you are." And then it's real love, which is what women really want, is real love. But as long as you're acting, you will never receive
And most of
real
them,
love.
most of them are acting. Most of them are wearing different masks that we spend a lot of time talking about. Go watch the live stream that the Resurgence of Sanity guys did on their YouTube channel. The mask she wears. I've been sharing that live stream a lot, and it's covering that topic. And yeah, the red pill women, they all they do is just they adjust a few strategies, they adjust a few things, but the core nature is the same. The female nature is the same. Yeah.
Yeah. You were talking about that verse in Proverbs. It's Proverbs 30, verse 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. Yeah.
That's the one. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah. No problem.
Oh, Alex is in the house. Great to see you, Alex. Yeah. Well, very interesting topic today, guys. Yeah, be careful with the masks that women wear. Just know that they are out there, and you will see different messages. Okay, a few more messages for you. Yeah, like these femininity courses. Nick, are you saying something?
Oh, just shoot. Nailed it there in his comment.
Okay. Yeah, chameleons who adapt and adjust to the given reasons. Yeah, true.
Seasons. Yeah.
Seasons. Sorry. Yeah, seasons. Yeah. Yeah, be careful, because they realize that men are not buying their bullshit anymore, and they come up with new creative ways. And I give them credit that it sounds all appealing superficially, but when you know the truth, when you know what to look for, you will see through this crap. Okay, so all of this femininity, all of these femininity courses that they come up with, all of these books that they write on how to be more feminine, how to get the princess treatment for women, how to basically be the perfect wife that the men want. It's all in response to men checking out and not wanting to deal with women. This is your MGTOWs and your black pill guys who are actually doing that, because they are forcing women to adapt and adjust their behavior.
Never trust what a woman says.
Yeah.
And observe her actions. But don't necessarily trust her actions. Think about her motivations for doing those things. And then consider, is she exhibiting humility any place in her life? If you see no humility, then her actions are part of the mask. And certainly her words are meant to enforce a false reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what are her motivations? What is driving her? What does she want to achieve? And just assume that mostly, I'm not saying that but it's safe to assume all women want princess treatment today from men because this is what they've been promised by our society, and then marriage is just another tool that they can use to get that princess treatment because they get their personal slaves to serve them. And I've seen so many videos posted by boomers mostly, talking about how men are supposed to treat their wives, all of these romantic dinners, how to cheer her up. She has a bad day. She has a bad day there. And I did share some of those videos with you guys. I comment and sometimes I share my own comments so that you could pay attention and watch what the story is telling you and then read the comment that I write on Twitter. And yeah, basically you make romantic dinner for her when she's tired and feeling down, and then she immediately dresses up for you and she feels like a princess, like a queen, you know, coming downstairs for dinner that you've prepared with the candles. It's just like, come on, just serve her better, be her slave, right? This is what women want today. They don't want a husband. They don't want a husband who leads in the family, who has dominance in the family. They might say that they want a dominant husband who leads, but it's usually, if he's right, it's conditional. If he serves me well, then I submit to him, and only if he leads me where I want to go. So yeah, here, submission is not weakness, it's a strategy. If you make him feel like a king, he will treat you like a queen. Okay, stop managing him, start admiring him, or basically love bomb him. Love bomb him, give him some sex, give him some touch. For women to give out sex, especially when they are run through horse already and when they didn't lose virginity to their husbands, it's a good luck finding anatomical virgins. It's not a big deal. Like, yeah, like having sex with your husband once in a while, they want to make it like as if it's such a big deal, but they are willing to give it to their man if they know that they're going to get more from it, you know?
Okay.
No, okay, only for a time. They will get if they don't respect them, they will get revulsion,
Yeah, true.
and
But
they
for
won't do it
a
anymore.
time, this is where they can really brainwash man. Well, not the brainwash,
Mhm.
not the
Yep.
right word. You know, like gaslight man. You know, so that okay, I'm really
Sure.
into you. I'm showing all of this affection. I'm showing all of this intimacy for you. It's kind of role playing. You know, they want to consolidate on that man, so they will love bomb you. They will fuck you like crazy. But then the
Uh-huh.
moment they get the ring, none of that. It's gone.
Right.
It's gone.
Yep. Okay, so you said women don't want a dominant man or something to that effect, right?
Well, in practice, yeah, they want like their nature demands a dominant man because they
Okay,
can't
so
expect the subservient imbecile, I guess. But
the
um,
behavior
behavior.
of women is a paradox.
Hmm.
It's just a paradox. Women all want a dominant man
Yeah, they do.
in because it creates arousal. That's what attracts a woman. So she wants that man, but yet she rebels against that and says she doesn't want that man. Now, she might fully believe in her mind that she doesn't want that dominant man. But her body is going to respond differently than her mind.
Hmm.
And her mind cannot be convinced that she wants a dominant man if it's outside of her experience. So women cannot imagine anything beyond what they've experienced. Just listen to how women describe things, analyze facts. They base everything on what they have experienced,
Yeah.
their circumstances. Going beyond their circumstances and experience, that's abstract thinking. Women, I'm not saying women can't do that, they do it very poorly.
Yeah, true.
Most women, many women can't do it at all. So when you bring the dominance to her and she experiences it, she can say, oh, yeah, I kind of like this. But she would not have said she liked it if she'd not experienced it before. So don't listen to what she says, because her mind and her body reactions and arousal and
Well, if she, what you're
whatever
saying,
you want to say are two different things.
what you're saying is, if she wasn't raised by a dad who was dominant, who was imposing discipline on her, she's not going to embrace discipline and her husband's
Yes,
dominance.
she's going to rebel against it, but
Exactly.
she still may be attracted to it and aroused by it.
Yeah, but because in her mind she will never accept it, then
I didn't say never.
she might, but chances of that happening still. Women need to.
Oh
to be
yeah,
so-
she's not a good bet.
yeah.
I'm saying avoid that woman, but deep
Oh.
down in her core nature, she wants to be dominated.
Also, our society is very comfortable for women, where women can survive without men, and it's been possible for many decades, right? They don't need men to survive. That's another thing to consider too, because like they all say that we want a man as if he's like a puppet, or like, okay, I want him now and then I don't want him later, I can replace him. So when a woman doesn't rely for survival on one man, then she doesn't need that man. She just wants to play with that man,
Right now.
But then as we are headed into the harder times, they will adjust their message. We already see it happening. Men are not buying women's bullshit and women's manipulation. So what women do, or like they whine, they shame men. Oh, why do you watch porn? You are so horrible, right? You're supposed to wife us up. Go back to Christianity, marry these godly, traditional, conservative Christian women, right? And they are already struggling. Church has huge problems with women because it's just there are so many of them, and they all have the second virginity status. Like we all preserve our virginity for our second husband, or like third husband, or I don't know, like how many, what's their body counts? I don't even care. It doesn't.
You'll never know.
You'll never know, exactly. It's a useless question there, but like the idea that men are supposed to man up. Captain Saberhor, like, yeah, I have 3 baby daddies there with all of those kids, but you are still supposed to wife me up and bring me that princess treatment that I deserve. Treat me like a queen. And they realize that this strategy no longer works. So, okay, now they start adapting to the male behavior. Men act, women react. It's always been that way. Men not paying attention to women, not giving women the resources, not wifing up the women. What do women do? Oh, we want that commitment from men because this is how we can control men. Because marriage, remember, equals divorce in the current system. If a man wives me up, I have leverage over him. If he has kids with me, I have even more leverage over him. It's all about more power for women, So men are not stupid. They're realizing that women are playing this game with the system against the men. Men stop wifing them up. What do women do? Okay, let's adjust a few things. Now we need to be more feminine. Now we need to appear more docile. Now we can't wear provocative clothing on social media. Now we need to appeal to these virtues, Now
Convince man that they're the unicorn.
Exactly. Now, man, you are kings. You are awesome. I'm just telling you what's going on social media because I do. I know.
I need to be this wanton woman and give him great sex so he'll marry me.
Yes,
And
exactly.
then after his wife's me up. Now, I don't do that anymore.
I got what I wanted. I got a ring, right? Why should I do all of that? Now he can, and then if he's a resourceful man, oh, I can milk him even for more resources. Just wait. I'll get the alimony and child support from him. Yeah, I'll pop up a few kids with him. I'll stay maybe loyal to him for a few more years. I'm just telling you
Guys,
how a woman would think.
if you bargain with your woman for sex, you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're already by bargaining with her, you're elevating her to equality status. But actually, when a woman is equal, she's superior because now she has the power. Your only choice is no, I don't bargain with you. You promised this. If you don't want to do it, get the fuck out.
Yeah,
You do not compromise with a woman.
you don't. And look, and then there is advice for women from other women. Just respect him daily, not occasionally. As if respect is something that she can't be even the source of that respect, because if she's not scared of her man, if he doesn't impose boundaries, restraint, what we've been saying here, then she can't respect him. But then she says respect him, which tells me you have to fake your respect for him. Okay, you fake it for some time to get what you want from him, to get that princess treatment that you believe you deserve. It's all manipulation, it's all game for them. They are playing you hard, gentlemen, just so that you give up your frame. Okay, and if we talk about the men's issues, also the red pill women, talking about the red pill women who repeat the least objectionable truth. Also notice what information they repeat. It's usually something in regards to, okay, men and women are different, they are psychologically different, biologically different. Okay, this is the least objectionable truth, right? Because men are providers, right? Men are supposed to provide and take care of their families, and wives are supposed to be well taken care of. These cute little creatures in the house, they are supposed to comfort the house, like cook and take care of all of those little cute things.
Oh, you're saying that
Those things they don't mind, like the red pill. This is why they will agree with certain points in the red pill, but it won't be the points that are very objectionable.
Elena, you're saying that women in relationships and marriages are playing a game.
Or like getting more power and dominance.
Yeah, give in order to get. It's
Yeah,
all a calculation. It's all a
it is a
game.
calculation. It is a game.
So what should men learn? What should men do in response?
I don't know. I'm not a man. I can only think that, okay, if men do more game to counter that game that women are already playing, it's just going to be very chaotic. At some point, somebody will fall short somewhere.
It's a game, guys. You can't get out of the game. It's a game. It'll always be a game. As a man, you can learn the rules of the game. You can play it better than your woman. That involves learning frame control.
Yeah.
Imposing your reality on her, using game, which is kind of manipulating her emotions to make her feel the things, and then not being affected by her. You're the oak tree. The wind can blow, and I'm just going to be here, and I'm going to be solid and unaffected. I'm playing the game because I know the rules, and I'm going to play it better than this woman. That's all the man can do. He cannot opt out of playing this game. It's a game. You got to play it, but learn the rules and play it well. And you can beat any woman. And if you beat the woman at the game, she wins and you win.
Yeah, but without frame, you can't be better at
Correct.
gaming her, because like women are more manipulative by nature. They will come up with all kinds of ways to with all kinds of games. So if a game is the only source that you rely on, you will lose, because women are better at game than you are. It's just the fact, you know.
That's game with a small g.
Yeah.
Game with a capital G is the man learning how the rules are played, and gaming is woman with capital F frame.
Mm-hmm.
He understands himself. He doesn't need approval from her
Yeah.
because he's accountable to God, not accountable to her. He doesn't need her love, attention. And if she gives him respect, he can invite her into his life to accompany him. He is the authority. He has dominion. He is self-sufficient in his purpose. And she can come along, and she's going to be, she can enhance, she can be a great resource, but she is not his purpose.
Alex, I love the way you say woman. It sounds like you are saying demon. Well, I mean, there is some truth to that, yes. I'm not a fan of female behavior, guys. You can tell. I'm not a fan of female nature. Like, I know that I'm guilty of those things too, and this is why it's like I don't like certain things in female behavior. Yeah.
Well, we're over 2 hours in.
So yeah, like, be careful with the women who say like feminine influence is magnetic, all of this attraction based manipulative language, you know. If he feels respected, he will feel adored, like all of this based on feelings. Respect him right and you will never lose him. Like, is there a right way to respect your man, or like the wrong way? Yeah, it's women try to be the source. They hear what we say here in the red pill, okay? They hear we want men say we want peace, sexual variety with one man, obviously, right? Then respect. Okay, respect, peace, sexual variety. So we must say that we can be the source of all of those things. Just wipe us up. Just give us the princess treatment that we believe we deserve, and then we will give you all of that. Because men, notice the language here, can't survive without female touch, without female energy, without women building and empowering men.
Women are the source of nothing. This brings me back to something I told you, and you kind of went with it. Women are void, men are form.
Yeah.
Men bring the reality to the situation. Oh, just think of the sexual act. Oh, there's an empty space that gets filled. Yeah, women are void, men are form.
Yeah. Yeah, women can't be the source of anything, guys. They can't be the source of respect. It comes from the man and his dominance. If
The
women are
form,
scared of men, they will respect him.
the form fills the void. And the void brings new life to the world.
The void brings new life to the world.
Where does new life come from?
From the man, from the form.
From the womb.
Well, from the womb, but without the sperm, there is no.
Right. Without bringing form to the void, no
Yeah.
new life.
Exactly. Just because women carry babies, it doesn't give them the automatic free pass. Look, another thing I've noticed that women often use, they use their kids as accessories to get more resources. Also, not to be considered as promiscuous women. So like if you keep, the idea is that if you keep the babies from all of the baby daddies that you've dated before, that you've slept with, and you popped up those babies, if you kept all of those babies, you are not a promiscuous woman. And then the men in church, they're supposed to wife them up. They're supposed to wife up these women, be kept and save a whore. Yeah, something
Yeah.
to pay attention to as well. I'm like, just because women keep all of those babies from all of those baby daddies, it doesn't mean that they are less promiscuous than the rest of the women out there who are doing the same thing. Women use kids as a leverage, guys. This is why I'm inclined to tell men, be careful. If you choose to have babies, acknowledge all of the risks associated with that, because women will absolutely use your kids against you.
So, for anybody listening who says, "Oh, that's Steve, he goes way too far. Oh man, he just pushes the envelope too much. I can't go that far." Thanks. I intend to push things to the extreme, and I'll take flack from it. But if I'm way out there, then you're inclined to say, you know what? Maybe I can move half that far, which is where I'm comfortable with. But I'm not going to go as far as Steve Sandman. Great. Some of us have to be way the hell out on the fringe, on the edge, which makes it safe for you to move the direction that I'm way too extreme in. Great. I've accomplished my job.
Guys, another least objectionable truth that women love to repeat after the red pill guys. You know, feminine women don't compete, they complement. This complementarian mindset that, okay, I bring this, and that.
Okay.
What do you think about the complementarian women, or like people in general?
It's just feminism light.
Mm-hmm.
In
Yeah,
fact,
what's
it
she
might
not
be
saying?
worsery.
She was telling. First part is true. Women don't compete, or women shouldn't compete.
Mm-hmm.
But they do.
And she goes all feminist and says they compliment. No, if she was truly understood with humility, she'd say women don't compete; they submit.
Yeah.
Oh my God! She can't say that because she lacks the humility to say that.
Yeah, most of them do. So, gentlemen, I'm bringing up this example so that you can see we are not going after people, we are going after the messages, after the ideas that they are spreading. So, yeah, be careful there. And then here, okay, another one. This is a pure feminist statement. A woman who trusts her husband's vision makes him unstoppable.
He's unstoppable without her.
Exactly. Yeah, but see how they
She doesn't
elevate
make diddly
themselves.
squat.
Right.
He doesn't need you, ladies. The men don't need you. You are replaceable. No, your services are not needed there. Okay.
Oh, well, you know what? A woman who's a helpmeet to a man is a resource. A man with a resource can go farther than a man without a resource. So you are important, but you're not making
You're not making him.
anything happen. You're just providing support.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Well, but they want women to. It's soft empowerment of women. Yeah. Okay. Andrew here. Complementarian is in some ways worse because it presents itself as virtuous. Yeah, this is why I'm bringing it up to you guys, because it can be so misleading. It appears to be nice, and most men will fall for it. Absolutely.
I did.
Mm.
Sure,
See?
I did too. But we're talking about these things here, so you guys
Mhm.
can listen.
Exactly.
Gee, does this make sense? And you're going to have to spend hours, days, weeks, months contemplating this and
Yeah.
practicing it in little ways and testing to see if it works and if you can bring these skills in. Yeah, it's not an overnight process. It's not a, oh, once you learn the truth, you can practice it. No. It's a skill. You need to think about it. You need to make it part of you. And that's why old men are necessary.
Mm-hmm.
They have seen the same shit you younger men have.
Yeah.
We have had years to process through it, to figure out, damn, I really fucked up that one. Oh, now I know the truth. Now I can explain it to someone else. Sorry, guys. Or I'm sorry for myself, but I didn't have an old man to explain this stuff to me. Now I'm an old man. You can learn it from me or you can disregard. That's your choice. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, here another one. A wife's softness is more seductive than lingerie.
I mean,
Sure. And it works.
why not both?
Exactly, right?
What's her motivation though?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Well, and then of course they promote cooking. Cooking for him is love in action, not oppression. Yeah, and we already have abundance of these thread wives cooking publicly on camera for their husbands, right? Yeah, well, where are the cleaning videos? Ladies, I still haven't received any, I haven't seen any cleaning videos from you, thread wives.
I'll say this. Whatever a woman cooks for me tastes just as well, just as good, if she's a good cook, whether she's wearing a t-shirt or a dress with low cleavage.
Yes, Steve. Shu says you are the only based boomer nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Hey, George Bruno is pretty damn
Pretty
based.
based
And he's
too.
a couple
Yeah,
years older than me.
there are a few boomers out
But you know what? He does have the white beard, so I
Yeah.
guess I got that going.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here, guys. Okay, listen to this one. Submission isn't weakness, it's magnetic strength.
Why the fuck does it
What
have
the
to be
fuck?
strength?
I know, right?
You know what? Just be yourself. Oh, I win by pretending to lose. Fuck
Well,
you. Just
everything.
submit and then let him have his power and everything works. But
Well,
you don't
guys,
always have to win, ladies.
a submission, she says, isn't weakness, which implies that it's strength. It's strength for women. If you just fake it or whatever, you pretend to be submissive, you will get your princess treatment. Women, through this empowerment, what do they want? They want to be treated like queens. They want their princess treatment. So if you just,
That's not even trad. No, this is bullshit.
it's
It
bullshit.
is weakness. First Peter chapter 3, the weaker vessel, and it talks
The
about
weaker vessel,
submission and quietness and modesty. Get the hell out of here with that shit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
women have
it is
to
weakness.
submit.
You are weaker than a man. You are not
Yeah,
as dominant as a man. It is
exactly.
reality. Get the hell over it.
Exactly. This is what I posted
Yeah.
on Twitter because I was really mad at it's not just the TradCon, it's the church ladies mostly, well, it doesn't even matter where these women are coming from. If you hear this message, gentlemen, this is what they want. They just want submission is just a fancy word that they hear on social media that they want to use to their advantage. So if they convince women, how could you get your princess treatment? Well, you just, it's your submission is not weakness, it's your strength, because your femininity is your power, basically. You can manipulate
Elena.
your man better with those strategies rather than being a rigid feminist. You know what I mean?
Elena.
Mm-hmm.
About a month ago, you got that book on fairy tales.
Yes.
And we did a stream on the fairy tale. When a woman receives princess treatment, does she become happy?
No.
So, and the fairy tales always have that theme. A woman who is treated as a princess becomes a nasty woman. Do not treat your woman like a princess. She
Mhm.
won't be happy. She tries to get princess treatment, but it will never bring her happiness.
Mhm.
You're better off smacking her on the ass and saying, "Get back to work.
Yeah.
Cook
There
me
you
a
go.
meal." And that woman will actually
Women are
paradoxically be
supposed to be.
happy.
They are supposed to be the helpmates. They are supposed to serve their husbands, not the other way round. Not flipping the script and demanding compliance and princess treatment from their man. Okay, we have a question here from David. Thanks for joining us, guys. We are slowly wrapping it up. I'm just giving you some ideas also that I hear from women. Okay, is the main speaker in a relationship? Okay, who is the main speaker? I think in the
Oh, I
relationship.
think
That's
he's
you.
probably talking about me.
Oh,
My
I
guess
thought he was
is.
talking about Elena. I don't know.
Oh, well, Elena is in a relationship. She's married to Plutarch.
Mhm.
I am not in a relationship. I'm a twice divorced man, 63 years old. Would I like a woman? Yeah. But, since the second divorce, it's been, I don't know, 3 years. I haven't been out there looking.
Mhm.
I'm not actively looking, but my eyes are open. I'm reflecting on life. I have these conversations with Nick and Plutarch, and on Saturdays, Elena. And we're exploring these things, and I'm reflecting back on my life and what I've learned, what I want now, what I did wrong, the reality of women's nature. If you think I'm wrong, fine. Don't care. This is what I'm working out in my head about my life and reflecting on my experience and what I see in the world.
Well, I think he's asking more about the relationship between a man and a woman. Who is supposed to be the main speaker? Did we get you right, David? Who is supposed to be the main speaker in the relationship? I would like to hear the dynamics. Well, we talked about male dominance in the family. Without the patriarch, there is no family, so he should be the main speaker, I would say, if you like to use that word. Although women talk more. If we talk about the quantity of speech, then women they do talk more, but the last final word should be after her husband. Whatever he tells, she should listen.
Yeah, that
Okay.
includes Plutarch sometimes taking her phone away. Plutarch
Mm-hmm.
sometimes uh telling her no. Plutarch, what else does he do? Hmm. Oh
Mute
yeah,
me.
the credit cards. He'll take your credit cards away.
Yeah. And
He
then he
Well,
mutes me. He mutes me sometimes so that I can't
he
speak.
mutes you.
Yes. No, on when I'm talking to you guys, like behind.
these are only the public things we know about.
Yeah.
There might be other things. But,
Yeah. No, he definitely is in charge. And now, look, I wouldn't take it any other way. My dad was in charge in that relationship. Yeah, my
when a
mom.
man is in charge, a woman feels safe.
Hmm.
So, okay, when a man smacks a woman on the ass, says, "Go cook me a meal." I'm paraphrasing here. This is a metaphor. She feels safe because the man is in control. He's saying, "This is the reality. Go do that." So the man who has the frame to cause that to happen is the man she can trust to bring her to carry her through the tough times. That's why it works.
Yeah. Okay,
The man who submits to her is not the man she can trust to bring her through difficult times.
yeah. Do you guys find your relationships closer to the ideals that are being discussed?
I'm not in a relationship, and Nick is not. You're the only one that can
Nope.
answer that.
Okay, what kind of ideals are we talking about here? You mean the Tretcon ideal, or
The truths that we've discussed today about
Mhm.
male and female reactions, the necessity of males being the man being the dominant force and the woman submitting with humility and acknowledging things, being accountable to him.
Yeah,
Does that work for you?
yeah, it does. It does. I
I
honestly,
can't
guys,
say it works for me because I'm not in a relationship. Nick can't say it works for him because he's not in a relationship. But I believe it would work if I find the right woman or an
And I'm
adequate
not looking.
woman. I'm not looking for the
I'm
unicorn.
not looking.
I don't need a woman. If I find one, great.
yeah.
I'm
What
looking
we
for peace, and I'm not looking for somebody to disrupt my peace.
Okay,
So
Nick,
I'm good.
here I have a quote for you. Okay, quote
I'm
for
good.
you. Quote for Nick here. From the advice to other women from another woman. Peace is the highest form of femininity. Here you go. What do you think?
What?
Peace is the highest form of femininity.
No.
Whatever. Don't care. Women do
Again,
not like peace. They love drama.
Exactly,
again,
right?
she's trying to feed us crap.
Yeah.
Submission
Uh,
is the highest form of femininity.
Mhm.
And she's trying to say, well, I don't have to be submissive. I can just give him peace.
Well,
No,
except for women can't be the source of peace because their nature is chaotic and they love drama.
exactly. So it's bullshit.
It is bullshit, yeah. Well, there is more, guys. It never ends. Okay, men don't crave constant reassurance; they crave quiet admiration. Crave. This word implies that they need. They can't survive without it. They desperately want it. The language that they use, it's so subversive and so manipulative and so empowering the women. Like, look, a man craves constant, he doesn't crave constant reassurance, but he craves quiet admiration. If you just admire him, if you just love bomb him, you'll get your princess treatment. Oh, here.
No.
No, I know, right? Okay, another one. This is one of my favorites. A feminine woman doesn't beg for leadership. Oh, look at that. She chooses a man worthy of following. Ah, she talks about submission, guys.
Only one that agrees with her.
I know, right? I want him to lead me where I want to go.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Conditional. Everything is conditional. So yeah. Yeah, be careful with these kinds of messages. They are coming from all kinds of women, not necessarily red pill women, tradcon women, uh, trad wives. Um, yeah. And then they will even agree with some red pill talking points about kids, family, like manipulating a kid to make them hate their dad or father is one of the most evil things. All of those things, like they are starting to agree more with the
Wait,
least objectionable red pill points, let's
All
say.
right.
there's I want to bring this up. Okay. In John Paul II's Theology of the Body, there's much of it that I disagree with. But he talks about men, okay, and this refers to the sexual act. Men initiate the gift. And so much of Christianity is this belief that women are passive. No, women do not have to be passive. They have to be actively receptive. The man initiates the gift, the sperm, into her womb, and the woman actively receives. That's not a passive role, it's an active role. But in the active reception is no way can be the initiation.
Mhm.
So that's the flaw. Women think they can initiate by pretending to be submissive and receive and be the cause. No, the cause is the man. The woman can receive the cause, receive the seed. She cannot be the seed.
Mhm.
And oh, you're thinking I'm bringing everything down to sex act. You're putting everything in the sex situation. Oh, guys, it's in words. God created. Man procreates. Man was made in the image and likeness of God. That means we participate in creation through procreation.
Yeah.
And there is symbology here. You cannot separate the sex act and the actions of who a man is and who a woman is and our purpose in life from the general reality around us. And I'm not sexualizing everything. It's just all has to, it's just part of the whole. It all has to work together.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here. If he can't be a leader, you'll eventually stop respecting him. Again, it puts the blame on the man. He needs to man up. He needs to do all of those things for her to be.
Yes, and that's true. If he doesn't dominate her, show dominance, eventually she's going to show contempt for him and lose respect. Exactly.
Yeah, but
I
they never.
fully agree.
They never. Okay, they might agree with some. Okay, the purpose why I brought it up is they might agree with some of these truths, but the laws are still the same. They're not
Fine.
interested in
The
changing
laws,
the legal system.
the laws don't govern the reality in what she responds to. You lead, if you effectively lead and show dominance, benevolent dominance,
Mm-hmm.
she's just going to follow. It's her natural reaction, regardless of the laws. If you're not showing the right kind of dominance, then when she rebels, she's going to use the state against you. Or if you chose a woman who's fucking nuts with a psychological disorder or cluster B personality, there is no amount of dominance or prayer or anything that's going to fix it, because there are no guarantees, right, Nick?
Yeah. Nothing you can do.
I know,
There's
right?
nothing you can do.
It's like broken people. My husband used to say this: you can't fix what God creates crooked or wicked. What's the expression that you use? Yeah, there is no fixing mentally broken people, and it's safe to assume that all women today are broken and have some mental personality disorder unless they prove by their actions otherwise. Okay, so here is another one: stop trying to lead him, let him lead you. And in brackets I would add where you want to go.
I would say most women today are act like demons.
Yeah, this is why I call them. This is why I call them women. It sounds like demons because I know that yeah, female behavior is not good, guys. It's not good.
There's something in her statement. Let him lead.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're in charge, and
Yeah,
you get
you
to
give
grant
them
him the
permission.
ability to lead.
Yeah, she gives
No,
you
you're
permission.
not in charge. You
Mhm.
have a choice: lead or follow. You can choose to follow. It's not, you don't have to give him permission to lead.
Yeah,
All you can do is choose to follow or choose not to follow that man.
exactly.
You have no power over him, nor
Mhm.
should you think you do.
Yeah, well, but they all do. They all think that feminine mystique is their power. It's feminism in disguise, okay? Undercover feminism. Here, don't cut him down with your tone. Use your softness to lift him up. Hmm, how cute.
Manipulation.
Okay.
Yeah. And he doesn't need you to manage him. He needs you to admire him. Another manipulation here.
I don't know about admire, but I mean respect. Men want
I would
respect.
say
You know?
obey. I'm going
Obey.
to
I
use
would
the
say
word
obey.
obey.
Yeah, obey. Yeah.
And get on your knees.
Yeah.
That's obedience.
And he
Hey, I
doesn't,
know.
okay, and he doesn't, I would even refrain from using the word need because men don't need, whenever women say, and they love to use the word need because it implies that men can't survive without it. I would just say men want, they
All right.
they they don't they want you to respect them, but they don't need you to respect because you can fuck right off, like if you choose not to respect him, and if you okay, let's say not choose not to respect him, but let's say if you don't respect him because you're not scared of him, then you basically are not
This
a
this is
good
a
woman worthy of his commitment.
okay. You're equating fear with being scared of. I think this is a tricky subject. No, you shouldn't be scared of him. We are commanded to fear God. Basically recognize that God has.
Mm-hmm.
Does God wish ill will upon me? No. Will God allow things, bad things to happen to me? Yeah, if it's for my greater good. Could God admonish me or chastise me? Yes. Am I afraid of that? No, I fear God, meaning I acknowledge his authority. I'm
Yeah.
not scared of God. So this whole concept, fear, is being mistranslated. And so women should fear men. But fear means acknowledge his authority and his power over you. to the point of even receiving chastisement, verbal chastisement, maybe some benevolent physical chastisement. No, okay, and then we're back to my definition. A man should not harm a woman, but sometimes he does need to hurt her.
Mhm.
God does not want to harm me, and I trust him not to harm me. But does he sometimes hurt me for my own good? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I have a problem with that? No.
So fear and scare are not the same.
I don't think so. What do you think, Nick?
I don't know. English is my second language, so correct me. I appreciate that.
Fear can also mean like it says the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom or knowledge. Doesn't mean like you live in terror of God. It's you have a certain respect for his position.
Which may include enduring hardship.
Now,
But ultimately, you know that God has your best interest in mind. Therefore, you're not really scared of him. Fear, it's an old English word that really has not been, doesn't translate well into the modern psyche or
Yeah, it
into what's
doesn't.
taught in
Not really.
modern churches.
Yeah. Well, so wives should be fearful of their husbands. If they are not fearful of their
No,
husbands,
no. Don't say fearful. Again, you're twisting the words. A wife should fear her husband. Just leave it at that and say, people, you need to think about what the word fear is. When you add anything else, fearful, or a woman should be scared of her husband, that promotes the whole feminine idea. You just leave it at the word fear and say, look at that word, figure out what it meant in the Old English.
okay, I'm just curious, what kind of idea would it promote if you use the word scare or other word?
Whatever people's definition is of that word.
Okay.
Oh, fear, or brings up the word cringe or cower. When your husband walks in the room, are you going to cower in fear? Are you going to cringe? Oh, he might hit me. I'm going to cringe. Okay, it brings up those base things. Do you cower or cringe when your husband walks in the room?
No.
Okay, do you fear your husband? Oh, yeah, I can fear him, but I'm not scared of him. Because you know that he's not going to harm you. These are nuanced words. So we have to use a proper word, and people have to think about this. Do some study and realize that a modern language, the way we use modern words is not the same as how these words were understood in the past.
Well, to a feminist mindset, you know, you might as well go to the extreme just to scare them off, and because they don't,
well,
they're not wife material. This is why I don't like if they don't see it, then it's the problem that they have, you know, with the.
yeah.
It's just
Elena, we've been here almost. It's been almost 3 hours.
3 hours.
Pretty
Yeah,
close.
let's bring it to a close. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Okay, so yeah, thank you everyone for joining us today. Very interesting conversation today. yeah, take care, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Remember to please like, share, and subscribe, and join us for more interesting discussions on the Resurgence of Sanity, guys, YouTube channel on Wednesdays at 5:45 p.m. Pacific. Let me share the schedule here. Okay. Oi. Here you go. Then for regular workouts from Mondays to Fridays, and then for deep dive conversations like this one on Saturdays at 9:15 a.m. Pacific. Okay. And then you can check more classes. I teach fitness on my Patreon, and then join us for the cross-training fitness program on Udemy. And then please subscribe to my Substack articles. I do share occasionally the summary of our discussions. Okay, what are you doing on Wednesday, guys?
We're showing a pre-recorded stream.
Oh, right. You talked about it. Okay. I
want to say something else.
Go for it.
Look how long we've gone here. Why? Because Elena loved talking about this. She liked bringing up her ideas, getting a bunch of affirmation from a couple of guys, and exploring these topics. If you can find a woman that is willing and eager to listen and have these kind of conversations, whatever level you guys want to be at, you know what? She's demonstrating that thirst to learn from a man and some level of submission because she enjoys this, and some level of humility because she wants to be taught. This is feminine nature.
Yeah, and be careful with women who fake it. We've seen a lot of women coming into the red pill and then slowly fading away and disappearing because they, the motivations why they came into the red pill were questionable, I should say. But anyway, guys, be careful with women, what they say. Don't trust their words, watch their behavior, okay? And join us for more interesting discussions. We'll see you soon. Take care, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving to all, okay? Bye. Take care. Bye.
Elena's Barre, the best place on the internet, the very best by far.